Compound interest can make you rich, but one bad decision can wipe you out. Before you think about returns, before you think about 20% per year, you must understand risk. Because once ignored that principle, and it cost me six figures. Today, I'll show you the two investment rules that protect your capital for decades. Subscribe for daily practical finance, and there is a free webinar in the description if you want to have the full system. Now let's begin. I'm Ravi Gabbis, and welcome back to the Gabis Show, where we unlock the secrets of real wealth in the United States every single day. We continue talking about investments. Yesterday, we compared simple interest and compound interest using real numbers, and you saw the difference. Almost 8 times more money with compound interest over the long term. That's why when we talk about 10, 20, or 30 years, we must think in terms of compound interest, not simple interest. But here's the key question. How do you actually build a portfolio that can give you strong, steady returns for decades? When I say strong returns, I'm not talking about 50%, 60%, or 100% per year. I'm talking about something realistic. If you can achieve that over decades, it's one of the most reliable ways to build serious wealth. But for that, you need rules. Today, I want to start with the basic rules of investing. Rule number 1, never ever invest your last money. Investment is always risky. Even if you follow rules, even if you have knowledge, even if you are disciplined, risk always exists. That's why you must first build financial protection. The first financial goal is simple. Have enough liquid money to cover at least 6 months of expenses. This is your safety cushion. You don't invest this money. You don't risk this money. You keep it liquid, maybe in a bank account, maybe in something very conservative. But this money is for security and peace of mind. Only after you build this protection should you start investing extra capital. Rule number 2, never invest other people's money, and especially never take loans to invest. Investment is risky. If you lose your own money, it's painful. If you lose someone else's money, it's reputation. And if you invest borrowed money, it can destroy you financially, completely. Banks understand risk very well. If you go to a bank and say, I want a loan to buy stocks, they won't give it to you. Why? Because they know how risky markets are. And let me tell you a story from my own experience. At that time, I was running a wholesale manufacturing company producing polyethylene pipes. Business was running well. We had no debts. Our credit lines were not used. And then I started new business, microfinance company. And I began lending private loans to individuals. I secured those loans with collateral. I registered liens on property, and I was earning 3 to 4% per month. That's around 36, 40% annually. It looked amazing. So I made a mistake. Instead of using only my own capital, I started using my credit line, my main company's credit line. I was borrowing money at 12% and lending it at 36, 40%. On paper, it looked brilliant. At first, everything worked perfectly. I increased my credit line to $200,000. My loan portfolio grew to around $150,000. I was proud of myself. But one conversion changed everything. My bank manager noticed my second company's name. It clearly said microfinance. That was a red flag for him. He asked questions. I was naive. I taught him everything because I thought my investments were safe. We had contracts, we had collateral, but within a few weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, he canceled my credit line and demanded repayment. At that moment, I was upset. I was mad at him. But today I'm grateful because shortly after that, the borrowers stopped paying completely. They they never resumed payments. My capital got stuck in those agreements. I lost around $130,000. It was a big deal for me. I still have those papers today. They are a momentum, a reminder that mistake taught me something priceless. If my credit line had remained open, I could have lost $350,000 instead of $130,000. The bank manager actually saved me. At that time, I was dreaming about buying a BMW X5. I remember that clearly. Instead, I chose to invest. Do I regret it? Maybe a little. But that loss protected me from much bigger losses later in life. It was an expensive lesson, but it was worth it. So remember, never ever invest your last money. Never invest borrowed money. Compound interest builds wealth, but risk control protects it. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, there is a free webinar in the description where I explain how to structure investment properly and build capital step by step. If you're serious about becoming financially strong, watch it. See you tomorrow.